everybody, hope you are doing well and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be telling you my 2024 reading goals and the different challenges that I am taking part in. It's definitely subscribe if you want to follow my journey with these, and like it as well if you do. Really makes me happy. Without further ado, let's get into my goals. The first is my Goodreads goal. I'm gonna set it at 100 books this year. For 2023 I set it at 60 initially, and then I was getting to, like, I believe April time, and I think I had already read 50ish, maybe, I'm not 100% sure, and then I changed it to 100 and I've surpassed it by now. So I think I'm going to set it at 100, and I'm not going to change it even if I do surpass it. It's just what I want to read. I get that is a big target for so many people, and for some people it might be a small target, but for me, I believe it should be doable, and hopefully I can achieve it. But if I don't, then I don't really care. Like, most of these I don't really care if I don't achieve them. They're just goals. It's not like you have to do this or like you die or whatever. Like, it's just for fun. It's just to get people reading more. So that is what I'm personally setting mine at, and hopefully I can achieve it. We shall just see. The next goal is that I really want to start DNFing more. In 2022 I'd only DNF'd one book, and this year I think I've DNF'd 5 or 6, which is a good advancement. But I have read quite a few books which I've given between 2 and 3.5 stars, which are just like sort of mid books, which I probably could have DNF'd and read something else that would have been a 4 or above. So that is definitely something I want to do more. Obviously, if I'm enjoying it, I'm not going to DNF it because that defeats the purpose. But it's, if need be, I want to DNF more this year. The next goal is that each of these like categories, I want to read one book that fulfills it every month. The first is a book by an author that is from a country that I haven't read from before. The second is a translated work. Thirdly, a 350 page plus book. I had it set at 400 this year and I didn't make it most of the months, so I've downgraded it to see if I can. The next is a classic, and finally a non-fiction book, just because, yep. This year I set like a queer read and a BIPOC author read, and I fulfilled those for, I believe, nearly every single month. So it is still something I want to continue reading, books by queer people and BIPOC authors and representation. But this is, I've sort of changed it because I don't want it to be the same every year. The next goal is that I'm gonna set it at 90%. I don't know if that's doable, but I'm setting it at 90, and it might change, I'm not sure. But 90% of the books I read physically, so not including audiobooks, I want to be from my pre-2024 TBR. So, for example, if I read 10 physical books next year, 9 of them I want to have been bought before 2024, and then the other one can be 2024, it doesn't really matter. But at least 90% is my target for next year, just because I have so many books on my physical TBR and I need to start getting through them. And hopefully by setting like a target, I will actually do this, and I will be tracking it every quarter as well. Running in tandem with that goal is that I want to only buy 15 books per quarter. So that is a task for me, because I buy a lot of books because I see them cheap in charity shops, and I like having a big collection to choose from. But it is getting very, very overwhelming, and it's getting an issue for space, and just it's an issue. So I'm not going on a book buying ban, because I feel like that's going to be counterproductive, because I might just buy a lot more when I end it. So I'm setting myself a limit of 15 per quarter. So January, February, March needs to be 15 per those 3 months. So let's see how I do with that. Also, I haven't put actually an actual goal, but I guess unhauling more is another goal of mine. So yeah, if I if I read a book and it was mid, then I'll unhaul it. Coming out very soon is going to be a video with my 24 most anticipated reads of 2024. I'm setting a goal to read at least 12 of them. In 2023 I only read 4 of the 23, so that was very bad. Preferably I would want to read all of these books I'm putting on the list because they are my most anticipated reads, but as long as I read 12 I will be happy. Obviously I want to read more, but we shall see. Now we come on to my challenges. I want to start the Les Miserables a chapter a day challenge. I don't know how I will feel about it and how I will do, but I want to actually get a physical copy, so I'm gonna try and look and see if I can get one before the end of the year so I can start it, because I felt when I was doing it digitally I just wasn't really enjoying it. Granted I only did like 2 or 3 days, but we shall see. Also I've got the really nice spread I made in my journal for the Les Mis challenge, and it seems a crime to let it go to waste. Yeah, this is the spread I made, and I'm gonna hopefully do it. So it's like I've got boxes for each month, and I want to try and write like sort of basically a little summary of what's happened or my thoughts or whatever in each month, and then gonna colour if I do read that day. And then finally we've got like a review in here, so I would like to fill out that page in here. We shall see. I want to do it, but we shall just see. Also this year I started the Dracula Daily challenge in I believe it starts in May and it ends in August. I started it. I'm not going to get my Dracula out because it's going to cause a book launch, but I'm like that much through that big book, so I think I'm gonna restart it again in May and just restart reading the whole book, and just class what I've read as a DNF for this year, and hopefully do that in tandem with Les Miserables, or I might leave that. It depends how far I've got into Les Miserables and if I'm actually doing it or not, but yeah, they're 2 ones that I want to do, but they're not the biggest priority of mine. The next is the Buzzwordathon. I would like to complete that again this year. I haven't actually completed this year's, but it's fun and it just gets you to read it. But I want to actually try and do it so I see what the prompt is and I actually pick a book for that instead of reading and then just saying like, oh, that actually fitted that prompt and stuff. I want to do it as you're meant to do it. Also, I want to complete Read the Rainbow. I've only got 1 book this year that I haven't completed for the cover of the rainbow, but I might read a book that is that colour before the end of the year, so I can complete it. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I want to complete that again. Also, I've got a book bingo that I've made in my journal, but I haven't filled it out yet, so I need to think of different prompts or challenges for that, so I'd hope to complete that. I don't have any more challenges at the moment, but I do have a goal that I want to try and make more reading journal videos. I would like to maybe do monthly or at least quarterly videos, and updates of my reading and then filling it out in here, and yeah, also I want to try and do some more dedicated review videos for books, and hopefully I can. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add. We shall just see how 2024 starts and goes, but I do hope to be making updates on these goals and challenges, and definitely stay tuned for them if you're interested. And yeah, I will be making a 2024 reading journal setup video hopefully coming up soon, and then that will detail some of the challenges in more detail, so you're easier to understand what I'm actually talking about. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's video and you have a nice morning, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, and I shall see you very soon. Bye.